Hello and welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our preview of Round 11. G'day Ankle Sore community. A massive thank you to everyone who hit that follow button on Instagram last night. We really appreciate the support. For those who might have missed it, we're taking our footy content to the next level. You already know we bring you the best analysis and insights right here. But if you're craving even more unique footy content that you won't find anywhere, even on YouTube, then Ankle Sore on Instagram is the place to be. Think of our Instagram as your VIP pass to all things footy delivered straight from Ankle Sore team. Come find us, tap that follow button. We've got loads more coming your way. And firstly, as promised, we're going to review the final game of the round, and that was West Coast and St Kilda in Perth. Mm-hmm. West Coast 16-12, 108, defeated St Kilda 12-8, 80. Bit of a surprise. West Coast's first win.
5 goals, or just under 5 goals. Comprehensive in the end.
Was in the end.
And probably Harley Reid might have played maybe one of his best games for the West Coast, I thought.
He said something.
Well, he didn't.
He did say something.
He didn't get 45,000 possessions as we expect.
No.
But what I'm saying
is
he was very effective in what he did and didn't give away ridiculous free kicks that he usually does. So, he looks like he's maybe starting to,
understand what's going on.
Or is it the Luke Jackson theory that you said when a commentator said, he explained?
Yeah, they said Luke Jackson in the Fremantle GWS game that Luke Jackson doesn't look like he doesn't want to play for a Fremantle. And I said...
and Harley is the same.
Yeah, do you think they're just going to go out and stand there like statues and not perform?
That's right.
For themselves.
Yep.
Don't worry about the team. Take that out of it. But if they perform for themselves, they're performing for the team. So whoever said that comment is stupid. And Harley knows, mate. If he wants to get traded, you've got to attract... Not that he needs much attraction because he's a star, but you still got to play... If he's a problem, no one's looking at you.
Yeah.
So...
And I think also emotion. They played on emotion a little bit, I reckon.
Yep.
True.
No doubt.
The Selwood thing would have had to have...
True.
Taken some sort of...
Saying that,
impacted
rest in
him.
peace.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yep.
So where's St Kilda at? Let's be honest here. Let's not beat around the bush. Where are they at?
I don't know. Because
honestly,
one week they'll go out and they'll throw it up to Brisbane.
But don't worry about 1 week. Where are they at in terms of they've signed Ross Lyon? This is his 3rd year.
In that, where are they
They're
at?
going nowhere.
No, they're not going... No, I agree with you.
Where are they? How are they going forward? They're not. They're going backwards. In their first year, they played finals.
They copped a lot of injuries early in the year.
Yes, they're not their core.
They are a young side.
All right, can I
They
just
do
say-
need to recruit from outside, yeah.
There's a problem. I know King's injured. There's a problem when Jack Higgins, and he's a gun small forward. He's kicked, 20-something goals.
Yeah.
When they're relying on
Yeah.
him to be your best goal kicker whilst you haven't got
It's
a big
tough to win
forward.
games like that,
Mate, Kamenich and these blokes, you can't depend on them.
No, you can't.
Well, that's why they needed De Koning or someone
Well,
that they have to chase. They
might
need
get
someone
De Koning,
like that, don't they?
But saying that, though, look, I don't know what you take out of that game. Was it West Coast playing on emotion? Was St Kilda just really poor?
West Coast play well at home.
They do. They
And
do.
I reckon the back half of the year they'll be tough. Well, they sort of are anyway, but they'll be
They
tougher.
nearly beat Essendon there.
Yeah, they'll be tougher to beat.
Yeah.
And look, we say, Melbourne got them by 6 goals when they lost to Essendon by a kick.
Yeah.
But you look at Melbourne, that was their build of
Yeah,
where
they're
they're at
going
now.
on.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not sure what else to say on that game, but St Kilda, that's pretty poor, actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the end of round 10. Let's go on to round 11.
It's Thursday night, GMHBA Stadium. It's the match of the round. It's Geelong versus the Western Bulldogs.
Just a pity that Dangerfield's injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because I reckon the Dogs are going to go at Bailey Smith. There's no doubt about it. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Yeah, they will.
And Danger's the
No
type
doubt.
of bloke. Danger's the type of bloke that'll get in there. So I don't know who's going to be the one to stand in for him.
Stand
I know he
over,
doesn't
man.
need that. Bailey Smith's pretty tough cookie.
Yeah, he's...
But the Dogs are going to, mate. They're going to shake the cage.
Libba.
with him.
Imagine Libba.
That's what I mean.
Libba's going to...
He'll be mouthing off like no tomorrow.
Ocean Mullen will go to
This is going to be not just a football game. It's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be
mate.
entertaining.
it
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So look, he's a loss. I know you said you don't reckon he is, but Dangerfield's in really good form.
It is a loss.
Absolutely is a loss.
Are you tipping the Dogs?
So I'll tell you what I'm tipping. A draw.
No.
I'm
really?
tipping a draw. I'm tipping a draw. I'm
Yep,
tipping a
fair
draw.
enough.
Wow. I can't.
Fair enough.
One, Geelong at home, hard
Can't
to
split
beat.
them. I'll get you.
Hard to beat. Dogs are in absolutely fantastic and they're flying. Fantastic form and they're flying. Draw.
If this was at Marvel?
Dogs. Yeah. It's funny though, isn't it? So
And
'cause
usually we'd say Geelong if it's at Geelong, but I can't.
No,
but the
that's
Dogs
right.
are going that well.
Flying.
This is a tough one because, like, it's funny. The Dogs play through the corridor a lot, so it kind of doesn't matter there, Geelong.
No, because you're not going wide, so it doesn't matter.
But the Dogs have been bashing teams as well.
Yeah.
Can they bash Geelong up?
I don't know if they can bash Geelong up.
Sure.
That's why I haven't got the balls to go one way or the other.
I'm gonna.
So you're sitting on the fence.
I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Splinters, mate. You're getting splinters.
I'm going Geelong for the fact that it's at Geelong,
Okay.
but only
fair.
just.
That's fair enough.
Oh, I'm going Bulldogs. I can't deny them at the moment. They're going that well, and they're good to watch.
So if it's a draw,
They are.
then you're going to say, how did you call that one?
So someone's going to get it right.
If it's a draw,
If it's a draw, we will bow down to you.
no, I don't want to do that.
No, you know what we'll do?
Well, it's paying $51. So
You know,
maybe
in Coming to
$20.
America, where they put the pedals in front
Yeah,
of them.
Yeah, when he comes
We'll do
in-
that. When you walk
When he
in the
comes in,
studio,
sit down,
we'll
we'll
put
pamper
pedals.
him.
Put a crown on your head.
Yeah,
That's a draw.
It. We'll put a crown
So,
on.
crown on his
so you're
head.
going Dogs?
Dogs, yeah.
Okay.
Just.
No problem.
Friday night MCG. That's at 7:40. It's the Dreamtime game. It's Richmond versus Essendon.
Interesting game, isn't it?
I'm tipping Essendon straight out.
Okay.
I'm tipping Essendon to bounce back.
Any reason? Just because to bounce back, or
I think Essendon were beaten by a side that was just absolutely primed
would
with
have
the
beaten anyone,
eyeballs.
basically? Yeah.
Would have beaten anyone.
But that was poor by
That was poor.
It was poor, so they need to show something,
Yep.
and they are not as bad as they were.
No.
All right,
they're
and
not.
you saw them a few weeks ago. They played well, like, you know,
Yeah, against Sydney. Yeah.
against Sydney. Richmond isn't. They're going okay.
They're going. I nearly would have tipped them, but Lynch out.
Yeah, because he's got concussion. Yeah,
protocol, yeah.
it'd be a disappointing loss for Essendon if they got.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
This is
they-
a disastrous.
So
loss
this
for
is a
Essendon.
pretty important game. And your theory, Essendon have beaten the.
The teams they should
teams
beat.
they should.
And they should be beating Richmond,
They
let's be
should be
honest.
They should bounce back.
Unfortunately for Richmond, they're going as good as they can go, if that makes
Yep,
sense.
So you're saying
Yep.
if they drop their percentage of
You
how
saw
they-
the first half an hour in the North
yeah.
game.
yeah, they were poor.
well,
Not
even-
poor, North were good.
North were good, but they'll beat comprehensively.
Yeah, they
5
were.
goals to
But even
zip
if
or
Richmond
one.
go at their best, they're at a certain level just
No, I
because
know.
of the
Yeah,
goodness,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's their
So,
personnel, mate.
And they can't play. They can't. I won't say go the distance. Though I just
Four
said
quarters, yeah.
it. It's
Yeah. Look, I'd like
pretty
to...
confident Essendon can win.
I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I agree with you. I think Essendon win. I think Essendon should win. And I think Essendon need to win. I don't think
But they don't
Richmond
need
have
to
to
win
win.
for because I think even though they're out of the 8 by
No.
whatever it is.
No,
but
no. It's got
it's
nothing
not
to do with
about that.
finals. No, they've
It's-
got... They will not feature in September. I don't care when
Essendon?
I don't think they will either.
And I don't think it matters. But games like this matter.
No, they need to win.
Do you know
I've
what I
spoken
mean?
to a lot of Essendon supporters during the week, and you've got
Yeah,
people
family
that you know
out, yeah.
family that follow them. There's a lot of Essendon supporters that are actually not happy about what's happening, but it's a different pathway for what they've seen the last 15 years. Like they're going to go to the draft.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. They're not trying to top up. I get all that.
exactly.
smart. That's the way you've got to do
they're
it.
probably ready to sit down and bite 3 years.
But they're not happy with watching 15 goal losses.
No, of course
No,
not.
of
No
course
one
not.
is.
On that note, look, I agree. I think Essendon wins. But I'll tell you now, Richmond won't be an easy...
Won't be
They won't
belting.
They won't have
Friday
it their
night
own way.
MCG, mate, Essendon wins,
And they're
but they win
what's
by...
it, the Dreamtime game.
Dreamtime game, yeah.
and they win
Which
by
is-
3-4 goals.
Which is...
That's about right.
I agree, yeah, about that. But it's traditionally on Saturday night. the
It
Dreamtime
is.
game,
Is this
isn't it?
Dream Time or is the next one Dream
No,
Time?
Dream-
this is it.
Well, yeah. it's
Richmond
gotta
didn't
be
wear
this
their
one.
Guernseys on against North to
So
wear
they can wear it here?
for this
Okay,
game.
But
Fair
it's
enough.
Essendon home game.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was Richmond's.
No.
Okay.
Is it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So anyway, regardless of that.
So Essendon's home game. Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Saturday, Marvel Stadium. This is a 12:35 game. Carlton are playing GWS. Do you want us to go?
Yeah, I'm gathering my thoughts.
Okay.
Oh,
me-
Yeah, you go.
oh,
yeah,
you
no, you go.
I'll say this. I'm giving them one more chance. I'm always on their wagon, Carlton. The one more chance. Only because GWS were horrendous this last week.
So you're not looking into the week before how good they were against Geelong? It's only 4 quarters.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say something about... I've told you about that game. I'm not going to go
Yeah,
on.
I know.
I've
Yeah.
told you the anomaly of that game. They played well, Carlton. You got to hand it to them. You got to win the game. Doesn't matter what, you got to play well to win the game. If they don't go out and beat GWS at Marvel Stadium on Saturday, bye-bye finals, that's, stick your neck out. But there's bigger problems than what you think, honestly.
But what?
He's right. What he's been
They
saying,
lost
mate.
Finn Callan. Oh, no, they haven't. Yes, they have lost him short term.
Finn Callan, it's a
His
massive
shoulder,
loss.
yeah.
They've got no excuse, Carlton, to lose this game. No excuse whatsoever.
Agree. They come to Marvel. They're playing at home.
Yep.
They should. I'm tipping them to win as well.
I'm tipping them to win.
And I agree. Last chance saloon
And if they lose here, there's more problems than what you think.
at Carlton. I think the loser of this game, there's more problems.
No, I think there's more pressure on Carlton than GWS.
100%. Yeah.
More pressure on Carlton. Let me tell you something. Those two big forwards everyone yaps on about, and don't get me wrong, they're good footballers, but I think they've overrated them a little bit in hindsight. And I keep going back to what you say, mate. The bottom five, the bottom 7 players are just okay.
That's their problem.
Right?
That's their problem.
They want to turn up. If they don't, GWS can get them. But I think Carlton will come out and they'll know this is.
And it opens
last
up
ditch.
nicely for Carlton because if they do knock over GWS, they've got West Coast and North in
Yep.
the coming weeks.
And Callahan miss for GWS is huge.
How does Carlton play North twice in 8 weeks?
And West Coast.
And West Coast.
It's disgusting.
How does that work?
Got a good run.
The old
great
Canadian problem again.
Good run.
The old,
Good run, isn't it? For a side that...
yeah.
Anyway, Carlton in a close. I don't think they'll whack them. Close, 2 goals.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a belting either, but I'm expecting them to win.
Yeah.
If Carlton don't win this, do you remember that Simpsons episode where they had the pitchforks out the front of?
Yeah, I certainly do.
Okay. That's what should happen at the front of. What's it called these days?
Marvel Stadium.
Princess Park?
No, it's called. Isn't it Optus? No,
Icon
Icon
Park.
Park or whatever. I don't know. Carlton supporters should be at the
Optus
front
Oval?
of there asking for Michael Voss's head. Seriously, if you don't win this game, enough's enough.
Oh,
I've had
mate.
enough. You mentioned, and it's your theory, bottom 6 players, always. The reason why Carlton's bottom 6 are so bad is because the top 6, they pay like trillionaires, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
how it's evolved, yeah.
So they've got no money
Yeah.
for the bottom 6. So, of course, they're going to be,
cash
Francis
here,
Evans of the
Robert.
world.
No cash.
Exactly, right?
There's no cash here. Here, there's no cash. All right? Cash, no. Robbo? No cash.
So it's like, do what Geelong do, and we're not paying anyone overs.
Smart.
Our bottom 6 are
Yeah,
good.
but that takes a few years to actually...
I know, but
do that.
Carlton won't do it. They will never do that.
Carlton haven't done it since
1982
1982 when the Buzz came.
Exactly.
And Warren Ralph and Ross
Not
Dixburn.
even. In 86, they got... In 86, they got Kernan, Bradley, Nailey. They were going to get Platten until he went to
Eccles-
Hawthorn.
They had to
Eccles,
sell
mate.
Frank...
John Doridich.
Did they get Frank Marcazzani from Fitzroy as well? Rookie of the Year?
Yeah,
John
no,
Dorothy, the
Sold
car
him,
man.
Yeah, John Doridich.
The car man.
Yeah.
His mates with... I'm not just saying.
Anyway, I think Carlton wins on that proviso. Like, it's
Okay.
not with no confidence.
If they lost, would you be staggered or would you be shocked?
What the? Am I
No, playing GWS who are struggling, I'm saying.
veto? If Carlton lose, Carlton supporters go to the pitchforks outside. We want Voss's job gone.
Pitchfork, that's a music magazine. A music.
Is it really? There you go. No.
I just remember Melbourne's logo in the 80s had a
Oh,
pitchfork.
yeah, the devil, whatever he's.
Yeah, the demon.
Demon, sorry, devil.
That's the new
Tassie
team.
Devils, mate. It's a new
So you have a
team.
pitchfork.
That will never exist, but that's another
Oh,
story.
don't
Yeah.
start this.
Move on.
Don't
Anyway,
start.
just quickly on GWS. Do you know their last game against Fremantle at what's their NG Stadium?
Yeah, NG.
Do you know they were giving away 4 free tickets? Like free tickets, so 4 free tickets. Just ask us.
It's funny you say that. I heard it.
what's going on there?
Where were they giving them away at?
Oh, it was just advertised on the internet. I've got a photo of it. I might put it up. I just couldn't
It's like
believe
the
it.
old Brisbane Bears.
Exactly, but so 13 years in the comp, and the top layer was empty. Like they closed the top layer, and they're giving out free tickets. I know it's against Fremantle. I get it. Surely, come on.
No, he's right. Enough
13 years,
now.
enough with
Like,
these things.
seriously.
You got
How
Tasmania
many
coming
cameras
in.
have they got?
Not many.
I don't know. We can do a research on that.
Anyway.
Would
Not
it be?
many.
Would it be? Oh, I couldn't even have.
No,
a
I don't
stab
know.
at it.
I don't
I don't know.
No, I wouldn't know. Anyway,
But
Just
we've
a-
gone through this conversation with GWS, and they're
Yeah.
into their up
13th year,
13th.
14th
I was
year,
going to
or
say
whatever.
18th, but it's not. It's 13 or 14
That's
years.
a long time. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Let's not muck around. That's a lot of money spent.
But they're the second smaller brother in the western suburbs up against Sydney, who are.
Yeah, but that was South Melbourne, though.
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
but they've
about like
established
coming
it.
in when Sydney off the back of a couple of flags.
So why would you put a team there?
All the what? That's the.
You've got
that's a good
Tasmania.
question.
You've got Northern Territory.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on,
That's a
we
good
don't need
question.
I
to do
agree. Anyway.
You were giving away. You said that story about GWS giving away tickets. I heard today.
We're not on, are we?
Yeah. Got to keep that.
that. Hello, are we on?
I don't even drink tea.
Oh, God.
You got to keep it. Yeah.
Go on.
Robert Walls, when he was coaching Brisbane Bears, in his first year he was there, was given 50 tickets every week to try and give away.
No way.
I have heard that
Nathan
story,
Buckley said it on radio, and how he had to go to McDonald's in the Gold Coast
Give away tickets.
and give away 20 tickets, and then go to real estate agents and walk up the street and give away every week tickets to Brisbane Bears games.
I didn't even heard that story.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So,
So you just reminded
So
me.
who was first? Robert Walls or Norm Dare? I can't remember.
Norm Dare was the first coach.
Yeah, Norm Dare was-
wasn't it Knights?
Peter Knights was the
Peter
first
Knights,
coach.
It was so.
Far out.
And then he got
gone
sacked
right
and
off
Paul
what we
Feltham
Oh,
was the
Feltham.
caretaker coach.
the ex-North superstar.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
Norm Dare.
Didn't
Do you remember Norm?
Yeah, the windows.
Yeah,
And the windows were taped up.
and there's also footage of him having a crack at him
Yeah.
after they lost the game, and he said, I might as well go to the races.
Yeah.
Hey, if you follow us on Instagram, you might see that footage one day. So follow us.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
We're going to go into our salt mines, into our archives.
And let's be honest, the archives are big.
Archives are deep.
50
so,
terabytes of archive, I reckon
so
it's close to.
follow us on Instagram.
Is
We've
it
already
really?
said
It's
it.
about that. We've got about 50 terabyte.
It's a lot. It's
That's-
a lot of
There's
hard
plenty
drives.
of footy from
And
the
some
80s.
old good footage.
Some ugly footage.
Some Army Reserve Cup footage coming
Plenty
up,
of
maybe.
that. Plenty of that. Some old night series
Don't give too
stuff.
much away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anyway, if you're digging the footy content we're bringing you just on this subject and conversation, a quick tap on the like button would be awesome. Really helps us grow. And if you haven't yet joined the Ankle Sore family, now's a perfect time to subscribe. Our community is growing strong and we'd love to have you on board. In fact, we love connecting with you all so much that we personally reply to every single comment you leave. To make sure you never miss our latest episodes and can jump on the conversation, don't forget to hit the notification bell. We can't wait to hear from you in the comments. Saturday, 4:15 MCG, Hawthorn, Brisbane. You can't see this
can.
result going on one way, only one way for me. For me, I think Hawthorn wins.
It's the demise.
Really?
Brisbane.
This is it.
Could be. That's a bit harsh. The
harsh.
wheels are starting to, like mine, a little bit flat. They're starting to...
Wheels are flat or tyres?
Yeah.
the tyres.
Wheels are flat. The
PS
Flintstones.
Fred Flintstone.
Pump
Pump up his feet.
It's funny. Was that? Yeah, I saw your tyre was flat, but it was only flat at the bottom.
Did you see it?
It was only flat at the bottom.
Usually it's flat at the bottom.
The PSI's no good. I think their PSI's running out.
It's running out.
Okay.
No, I think
You wrote them off.
It's a bit harsh, mate. Struggled against Hawthorn. Let's be honest, should have lost. Got done in the last quarter yesterday. There's something not right here.
Refresh my memory if you can remember. Before North, who did they play? Because I think there was signs.
Oh, I can't remember.
Before
Jeez,
North.
we're going back.
They haven't been great this year.
No.
I'll say that.
But they've won more games than what they did this time last year.
I know, which is...
It doesn't always work like that.
No, it
They could-
doesn't.
No, but it puts them in a good position. So if they have a few flat
Yeah.
weeks, maybe...
They
I don't
might
know.
have a flat month.
Yeah. Oh,
Hawks for me in this game. I hate to say it, it makes me sick, but they'll win.
I think Hawthorn will win. I'm picking Hawthorn. It's at the G. Hawthorn, I know they come back from Darwin, but there's a week's break.
But if Brisbane win, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Nah, of course not.
Like, I wouldn't go, geez, I wouldn't be surprised, but then I can swallow what I've just said because I said
all
sort
right.
of starting
So they both lost last week. Who's going to lose 2 in a row? That's a big... Like, to lose 2 in a row...
Who can
for
you
a
see
top-
losing 2 in a row?
Well...
If you asked me any other time, I would have said Hawthorn loses, but I just can't see them losing this week.
No, but my point is, they're probably top 4 or close to top 4 as you can get, these two, right?
Yeah.
So the loser that loses 2 in a row, it will be...
Drops down the pack a bit.
That's a big loss. So
yeah.
I agree with you.
Hawthorn haven't been great either.
They haven't.
I know.
Geez, maybe, I don't know.
I like that
Maybe
they...
I'll go for 2 draws in a round.
Nah, you can't.
Could
do
happen.
that. You can't. Nah, we'll ban you for that. 1 around, that's
One's
fair.
impressive.
One's impressive.
2 would be...
Two
What
is
did Malcolm
massive.
Blight used to say about premierships?
I don't know.
He used to say 1 is great, 2 is fantastic, 3 you're freaks, or something like that.
Something like
that.
Probably. I agree with you, as Hawthorn. I don't know. I'm going Brisbane. Just.
Okay.
Kick in it, literally. Close to his draw. But
Hawthorn, just then. Yeah, I'm not going to go for a draw. Hawthorn will get it done because it's a G.
15
Brisbane are
points.
good too.
15
Brisbane.
points?
Yeah, I know.
Ooh,
You're
that's,
right.
that's a hiding 15 points.
Who you going?
Hawthorn.
Yep, I'd
Yeah,
go.
Fair enough.
Hawthorn at the G, I just feel
Oh, but Brisbane's got no.
I know,
worries
I
there.
know,
Nah,
I
I
know.
agree.
Like there's
I know,
no,
but
no. But I know what you're saying. Hawthorn
I
play it
can't
well.
pick Brisbane at the moment.
Fair
Just
enough.
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
They
with
look
you.
a little bit jaded.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Saturday, 7:30, Marvel Stadium. Well, it's 7:35.
Mm-hmm.
That's to allow North to start.
5
North
minutes
Melbourne's
early.
playing Collingwood, by the way. The 7:35. Collingwood starts at 7:30. North are actually starting at 7:30.
No, North started at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. And it'll still be 6 goals down.
On that North win.
Anyway, let's start again. Saturday night, 7:30, Marvel Stadium, North Melbourne, Collingwood.
Cut. Collingwood win by about 7-8 goals.
7-8 goals.
Yeah, no problem.
You're wrong.
No, they're too good, mate. This has got nothing to do with North, by the way. Nothing to do with North. They're just too good. And these sides that they're meant to beat comfortably, they do that.
So
and they will.
So let me ask you.
Yep.
What do they usually kick Collingwood to win games?
Kicked 97
Yeah,
against Freo.
yeah, 95, 90.
So about
And
between
last
80
week-
and 90?
Nah, more than that. 90, 95, I reckon.
Do they?
That's
95?
there. Isn't that there?
You'll probably find that they're more in the 80s.
Let's say
So
90.
your 7
Okay,
or 8
let's round
goals
it-
will
let's-
be 5 goals North Melbourne they kick for the game. That's not going to happen.
What?
So he's saying that Collingwood won't kick more than 90.
What do you mean,
Right,
what?
he's saying
Collingwood can kick 100 against North. Every side's kicked 100 against North except for
Brisbane?
Richmond and Brisbane.
No.
No. Who
Port
else?
didn't.
Essendon? What they
Essendon
kick?
didn't.
Essendon are 4.
It's the last 4 in a
That's
row.
half the season.
The last 4 in a row they haven't.
Yeah, you're right.
So the defence
Yeah,
is
you're
going well at North. So
going okay.
they ain't kicking 100 points.
Maybe not.
And North ain't kicking 7 goals.
right.
Or
Okay,
5
so it's a
goals.
5-goal margin.
Not even. I reckon North play Marvel very, very well. Very well, because there's a roof over Marvel. They love the roof, let's be honest.
Skills are still deplorable at
Well, it's
times.
better with no
If
wind
they got
and
to
rain.
54 points up, will they win it this time?
Yeah, absolutely. They've
No
learnt.
chance of happening.
They've learnt.
Anyway, on a
You would
serious
have thought that would have happened at the time anyway.
No way. No way. But Collingwood, all right, that's a fair
assessment.
call. Fair assessment. 5-6 goals then.
You're still way
5-6 goals. I can't see anything close.
Do you remember when Collingwood were playing in those grand finals in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
And North were always teetering outside.
Yeah,
48.
9, 10, yeah.
But every time North had, about 3 years in a
They
row.
beat 'em, didn't they?
No, yeah,
Oh.
no. Collingwood whacked North 3 or 4
Oh.
years in a row, big margins at Marvel by 10 goals plus. And it can happen again. It's just, I feel as though it's one of those.
Okay, so that's fair. What are you saying? I'm saying I'll say 5-6 goals. He has a valid point, but still comfortable, Collingwood.
Even though North won, I saw signs that they've had a big month. And if it
Fatigue.
wasn't against Richmond, they probably would have been blown away by
Probably.
anyone.
Yeah, probably.
They could get blown away this week.
I'll be staggered if that happens, I'll be honest.
So what are you
because-
saying?
be-
Sorry.
But
to interrupt you.
it'll
all right.
be between 40 and 50 points.
Okay.
Okay, if that's the case, that's the end of the Clarkson era.
Clarken's gone.
Or the, end
Clarkin!
of, or the end of the Clarkin era, like he said, North Clark
Alistair
Corner.
David Clarkin.
Yeah.
Come on. Collingwood can kick
hold-
120, North can kick 80.
Can
There's
I-
your
can I
40
say my
points.
bit?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So
Give us a show for us to talk about North. That'll be good.
I'm trying to speak. So 40, 50 points. So you think they've had 4 good weeks, and you think that this is the week that they capitulate?
They can.
It's not
50 points.
capitulation.
Hang on. So if an AFL team can't sustain 4 weeks of football, there are bigger problems than Collingwood playing North Melbourne
That's fair.
in round 11.
That's where they're at.
It's fair.
No.
But that's a fair,
It's
fair
not,
point.
no. It's not where they're at. 5 years they've been building this list with all the number 1 and 2 picks, right? Mm-hmm. They should be past that bit. Not saying they win this game.
Yeah.
But this 50-point thing, if that happens, something bad's got to happen at the club. Something's got to give.
No,
you can't be
I don't
beating
think
Richmond
so.
by 4 points and then go, oh, that's a win, and then get smacked the
He's
week
got a
after.
point.
That
You can't just
cannot
got a point.
happen.
You can't just turn up against Collingwood. I know they're a
can't.
great side. You know what I think of them. But you can't just turn up and lose by 10 goals and go, but that's Collingwood. I agree with
No,
that.
I don't care.
You got to have a crack, mate. You got to be in that game.
As North supporters, what you two should be expecting is we can beat Collingwood. Whether you giggle. That's my point. That's where the club's at. That's bad. You should be saying, yeah, we can beat Collingwood if we bring our A game. That's it, right?
If they bring their A game and Collingwood's a bit off, they can.
Right, but you need to be confident that they're at least going to have a crack, right?
That's because we're brainwashed by the media and coaches in press conferences that says anyone can beat anyone on the day.
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not. I'm
I'm
just
just
saying.
saying.
I'm saying as a football club, you've got to stand up and go, hey, we're a chance in every game, right?
And it's
we're not
time
going to win
and
every
it's-
game.
And it's time to, like you said,
Time to stand up.
Probably not going to win, but walk away and go, you know what? We gave it everything. They're just too good.
Right. So how did they get 54 points up last year?
Yeah, I know.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, well-
They ultimately lost the game, but it was still a step forward for North. 12 months on, you should be going, hey, we almost had them last year. We can play 4 quarters now, whether it's against Richmond or Collingwood
Yeah, it
or
doesn't matter.
Carlton, or it's irrelevant. We should be winning this game. I'm not saying they will, and I don't think they will, but I think it'll be closer than what you think.
So Collingwood by 10 goals?
When you deal with kids and animals like they say you shouldn't.
Should never work on. It's not live
Never-
TV, but
Well, close enough.
Come on, who are you tipping?
What did I just say?
Oh,
you
Collingwood.
didn't give us a margin though.
You got to give margins.
Okay, under 15 points. 15 or less.
I'll be staggered.
Oh, I'm just.
I'll be staggered. Anyway.
If that happens,
Yep, you're going to roll it. You're going to give me the crown?
let me think about that.
All right.
'Cause that-
Have a good think about it because it's happening.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
All right. No worries.
Saturday, 8:10, Optus Stadium, Fremantle versus Port Adelaide. Now, firstly, in the era of the footy show, when this game was up for review and the teams came out, Sam Newman called every Fremantle Port Adelaide game the Fats Rats Clackers Cup.
Oh, yeah.
I did too.
Well, he's not far wrong.
It's almost a Fats
Oh, be
Rats Clackers
careful.
Cup.
Be careful
Nah.
those comments. I have to respond to some of them.
What are we being careful about?
Are you responding to any Freo people? Are there any Freo people out there?
I think there is.
Okay, let
your
us know
little
if there's any
community.
Freo
I can't-
supporters there.
Community comments.
I can't pick up on everyone who they follow, but sometimes
I know there's
can.
certainly some
Port-
prominent Port Adelaide supporters that are regular
Okay.
comments.
So
We know who they are, and I'm be interested what they think of the Fats Rats Clackers
Anyway.
Cup.
So Freo were obviously quite good against Giants. Playing at home, Port very, very disappointing. Very
They're
disappointing.
poor.
So I just can't see winning. I can't see Port winning.
surely not.
Paul Francis
No
is out
chance.
just
Yeah, I was
now.
going to
no
ask you
chance,
that.
no
There's another
chance.
one.
Who's the other one?
There's two Port Adelaide players.
What's his name?
Sin,
With the long
yeah, who
hair.
cares, whatever.
What's his name?
It doesn't matter.
It's got the mullet sort of
Oh,
haircut.
number
But it doesn't
34.
matter.
Correct.
Number 34's out.
Yeah, number 34.
I think he's out too.
it
I think
doesn't
you're right.
matter.
I think they both did hammies.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
probably.
And Sim,
Forgotten.
not Burn Jones.
He's 40
Jones,
years old.
Jasper Pitt.
Jasper
Yeah.
Pitter.
No.
There's no chance. They've got 3 players. One's out. That's it. It's over.
No, Pref.
Hiding.
No problem.
Hiding. This will be 5 to 8 goals.
Yeah, I think
I reckon.
5 goals.
Yeah, it can happen. Port will only kick 6.
No, I'll keep
So
going.
only-
They'll kick
it only
7 or 8.
There you go.
That's
Freo
about
only
it.
needs to kick 14 now.
Yeah, I know. And they will.
For fair?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
wouldn't want to
I'll
drop
go
this
for
for you.
Freo.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't want to drop this for you.
No,
let me
you're
tell you.
right, correct.
But how can they? You gave us a theory about North Melbourne Collingwood. How can Port Adelaide possibly...
And the Nuggets are getting a step closer.
Yeah, they are. Can you smell them?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
win
yeah.
this.
What
they're
sort of
in.
sauce do you
All
want?
right, relax, boys. Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. You want the calamari with salt and pepper. Oh, dear.
Sweet and sour.
Sweet and barbecue.
Are you eating them or me?
True.
I feel like nuggets right now.
Okay, you can go get barbecue and whatever else you want. But anyway,
I'm going to have one of your nuggets on the way through.
that's 99. That doesn't. I'll get you some extra then. How's
That's
that?
it.
Sunday 1:10 Adelaide Oval. Adelaide versus West Coast.
This is a walk in the park, boys. Adelaide, they do. West Coast had their win.
Hey, good on them.
That's it. Yeah, good on them.
Good on them, mate.
Yeah,
They
but
ain't beating Adelaide.
They're probably not equipped to beat Adelaide.
No, I'm not
Adelaide,
saying
are
good
they?
on them for getting on the board and having a good win, but yeah, Adelaide at home are just going to
They'll win comfortably.
comfortably. You know, I agree. There's not much else to say, really.
No,
40
comfortably.
points?
Yeah,
Whatever.
40
yeah,
and
take
above.
your pick,
Yeah,
6,
40
8
and
goals,
above.
whatever.
Yeah.
Won't be an issue.
About that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Yeah,
No, there's not really
nothing
much
to
else
say.
to say on that.
Adelaide need
Yeah,
a
we-
game like this.
Yeah, they do, and
they'll
they've
get it.
got one.
And they've got one.
Yeah,
Perfect
and that's
timing.
that's probably been disrespectful. To
Perfect timing.
It's just
no,
the
it's
truth.
not. It's been.
It's not. It's
So
been
there's
honest and truthful, mate.
Yeah, we're being
and that's
honest.
that's what we do. We're honest. We don't sugarcoat it.
We don't talk smoke and mirrors behind the windows.
Yeah, mirrors and smoke.
behind the shadows.
Yeah, shadows. Travis Cloak, thank you.
Adelaide had come out and said it's going to be a low-scoring game, so they're pretty straight to the word. They don't talk a lot of smoke and shadows behind the windows.
Correct.
Sunday 3:20 MCG, Melbourne versus Sydney. You know what?
It's an interesting game.
I'm tipping Melbourne in this.
So am I.
Great performance by Sydney. Great last quarter against Carlton. I think Melbourne's got their mojo back.
They have. That was a good
I
win
reckon
against
they're
Brisbane.
nicely set up.
Could be 3 draws this round.
Oh, come on.
Incredible.
You telling me Sydney can't win?
No, zero chance.
Nah, you're off your nut.
Of course,
At the MCG.
Off your nut.
At the MCG.
Of course Sydney can win.
Why?
Are you
Two
serious?
players, mate.
Stop saying 2 players.
Again, he's been lambasted on that already.
Yeah, good.
okay.
Good. I hope you have been pasted in the comments.
Again, being honest, mate.
2 players.
Yeah.
They got more
You
than 2
can't go on
players.
that theory.
So if Heaney doesn't have 38 possessions and 7 shots of goal, do they beat Carlton? Probably not.
Probably not.
Because he was best on ground in the game. Well, you have to
And
have
the
someone
second
that's
best
on
player was
ground.
Chad Warner. That's my point. You stop those two, they're...
No Carey, no North.
Yeah. Was that true back in the...
No, I
okay,
hated
so-
that theory. 'cause
Was it
North-
true?
No.
No, it
North
wasn't.
won
Actually, it
days
wasn't.
without Carey.
Yeah, oh...
So
nah.
anyway,
Okay.
stop. Oliver, Petrarca, they don't play well, they lose.
Gone?
Yeah, okay.
True.
But he can't do everything.
Who?
Gone. He
Melbourne
doesn't-
have only got Gorn, Petrarca and Oliver. That's all they got.
And the rest of them
And
are
May.
okay.
Yeah.
And May.
May's a gun.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, leave
But
it.
what I'm saying...
You're right. They've got their mojo back. I like Melbourne at the moment.
So you're tipping?
Yeah, Melbourne. Melbourne, no problem.
And
I'm tipping Melbourne. Yeah.
Sydney just, for me. Close, but just.
You're wrong, but anyway.
Oh,
You can't. It's a tip.
those
You're
pedals,
wrong.
Those pedals are going to be flying, mate.
The pedals.
No, but you're
Sydney-
wrong, apparently. Oh, you're
Sydney,
wrong.
The draw, it's all going to be happening, mate.
All right.
It's
Oh,
rose petals, and
luck.
we're going to go down to
Oh,
Beauty
Marty-
on
Marty's
Rose
gonna
and
kick
buy
7.
some
Beauty
rose
on Rose.
water.
You watch
and
Sydney
some-
win. You watch Sydney win.
okay.
It
Fair
would
enough.
not surprise me. It would surprise him.
It
but it
surprised
wouldn't surprise
me.
me.
I get
Staggered.
excited over Melbourne. They've had one win against Brisbane. Brisbane's falling over, mate. I'm telling you.
Okay, so
Yeah,
to go up and beat.
You have backed it up. That's true.
Mate,
All
they
right.
drew with one of the crappiest sides in the
Okay,
AFL last
okay.
week in Brisbane. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I
Form's
do.
form's not good, mate. Anyway,
And you can't go by form.
you can't go by form
Buckle
at,
Street.
you
Yes,
know,
we know
Chemist
this.
Warehouse, mate. I'm just
Chemist
saying.
Warehouse.
You wait forever for a jar of form there.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
too
Shocking.
shocking. But it's, not, it's cheaper, though.
Of course it is. Of
Anyway.
course it is.
Are we done, boys?
Yeah, we're done.
All right.
Sunday 4:40, Marvel Stadium, St Kilda versus Gold Coast. Don't.
He's tipping St Kilda, I'm telling you.
Don't.
No, this is a danger game for Gold Coast.
He just doesn't like him. He does.
Well, I don't like
doesn't.
St Kilda either, but it's a danger game. So it's not, is it?
Does he?
It is dangerous. I know what you're saying.
Again, the graveyard shift, 4:40
Yeah,
on a
that's
Sunday
fair, that's
in
fair.
Melbourne. It's not in Gold Coast. Gold Coast, if it was up there, no issue whatsoever.
But I will-
wouldn't get within
Oh,
6 goals.
Then they should blindfold him and fly him in at any
They
time
probably
and
should.
don't tell him what
It's
time
like an
it is.
episode of Get Smart when they were blindfolded, right? And they thought they were on a plane. They were just in the same spot. They were just get
Yeah.
out. They took them out of the thing.
We're in the
They're in the
corner.
same room, the chaos room. Didn't go 1 metre. But they thought they'd gone to another
I haven't
country.
watched that show. Anyway,
Magnificent show.
Tremendous.
didn't Adelaide do that a few years back? How'd that go from?
What they do?
Blindfold
Get
there.
blindfolded. Yeah, I know.
In the
No, West
bus.
Coast got blindfolded too.
Adelaide.
West Coast did as well.
Where, in the 60s?
They didn't exist.
They're training. They did it.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't put him on a bus. And anyway.
Oh,
You know
the
that-
famous camp.
Oh.
Yeah,
I hear what he's saying.
Okay.
I hear what he's saying. 4:40 graveyard. But I'm going to say one thing.
So it's not a dangerous game?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What I'm saying is that Damien Hardwick, he's too smart, mate.
He's
That's
playing,
all.
is he? He's
No, no.
laid in?
Come on, mate. You know what I'm saying. Ian.
Back pocket.
How smart is he?
Okay, so
Yeah.
he'll mentally get him ready for this.
This is Gold Coast, and they're like you've got to do modules for work, or or a student.
They've
like,
changed. They've changed.
this
They've
is a
changed.
very important section of their module. To
And this is when you turn around and you go-
to pass their apprenticeship.
And this is when you turn around and you go, well, maybe they come of age. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Maybe
because they
they've come
beat
of
St
age.
Kilda.
Well, you're just
No,
saying it's a
come-
danger game. Make your mind up.
Yeah, it is.
So how can they not come of age if it's a danger game?
Yeah, no, win.
Because they don't need to beat St Kilda to come of
Of course
age.
they do.
Well, these are
it's
the
about
games.
being in Melbourne.
All right.
4:40 on a Sunday. It's like
The graveyard shift.
it is. He's right. Gold Coast.
But hang
Anyway.
on, is it the graveyard shift for Gold Coast?
Yeah, for Gold Coast.
It's not for St Kilda.
No, it's not, because they're
Why?
playing,
So
they're
it's
playing in
comfortable for
Melbourne.
St Kilda at home. Marvel
playing in
Stadium
Melbourne.
4:40.
But no one wants to play at 4:40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
they're
they're playing
okay.
at home, though. Thank you, Vito.
They're okay
playing
with
at
it.
What
home.
difference does it make for Gold Coast?
Because they have to travel. And they have
so,
to get on the plane.
they're not going to work on a Monday morning.
No.
Oh, he doesn't-
But what I'm
he
saying
doesn't
is
get
Gold
it.
Coast will be... I'm talking about mentally players going, Sunday over.
We have to wait till
4:40.
Sunday. We have to
But
fly down to Melbourne.
On the other side of it, Stuart Hughes not their coach, mate.
No, yeah.
They've got a bloke that's going to go... He's mentally going to tap in.
All right, we'll
and
see.
going to go, mate, don't worry about where we're going, what time it is. This is a must-win, boys. Whatever he does, whatever he says, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But you're talking about a smart operator who knows how to get the best out of his players most of the time. Gold Coast win for me. And look, when I say that, he's right. Oh, I'm with you. Dangerous, but they'll get over the line. I don't know. It'll be close. They'll win.
Let me put some sense into this conversation. Gold Coast will whack them on the inside, whack them on the outside, score heavily. St Kilda can't defend that. Gold Coast comfortably.
How much?
6 goals.
Okay. I reckon less, but they win. Yeah, they win.
Forget graveyard shifts and
right.
blindfolds.
No, I don't think it counts with Hardwick.
All right. Okay. Gold Coast just.
Okay, that's what I said. That's
You know
what I
what's
said
funny?
before.
Just.
Right at the start, you said he's going to pick St Kilda. We didn't even let him.
You didn't even let me speak.
Nah, but I just because he's got a vendetta.
Yeah,
Vendetta,
something
I'm
wrong.
being honest.
Yeah,
It's
It's
the
a
last
vendetta
game.
now, isn't it?
it is. There's something.
It's like me with Hawthorn. I've got a vendetta. I admit it.
Have you got a vendetta on
Yeah, I've got a
Hawthorn?
vendetta with Sam Mitchell.
But did you-
I know you
and,
do.
and that idiot wizard.
But that's not.
But did you pick
Hawthorn, is
Hawthorn
it?
to win?
Yeah, because I think he'll
Okay.
win.
So I'm picking Gold Coast to win. It's
Fair
the
enough.
graveyard shift. No one wants to play
I agree.
4:40 away from home. Just like when they go to Perth. No one wants to go to Perth. St Kilda, graveyard shift. 4:40 in Perth.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
get it,
It's
but I
ugly.
don't know if this.
Last
I
game,
don't know.
ask the players.
They have mentally weak must side B.
No. But it's natural. Ask the players.
But they don't work during the week. What does it matter for them?
Can I finish? Again, can I speak?
Don't say that.
The play, ask them. Waiting all weekend to play at 4:40 on Sunday, it kills them, right?
Why?
Ask them. Don't ask me.
Oh, but why are
I
you
said
saying it,
ask
though?
because the players say it.
Well, so hang
Oh,
on.
it's boring. I've got to play. I've got to wait
Why?
around.
So on a Wednesday, are they bored because they've got to play on a Saturday?
That's their routine. They don't play
You don't have to do
4:40
it
every
Wednesday
week.
though. They're playing. You know the
PlayStation,
dice.
yeah.
No. The dice.
Yep.
North versus Geelong. Dice. Five
right,
goals.
scores down.
When you're
Yeah,
a kid,
yeah.
that's what they're doing.
Dice footy.
Dice footy.
Or putting down a hallway at the office.
Anyway, I know what you're saying, and that's fair enough.
All right.
But I think they're too smart.
So the
They're too-
players must
they're
be
too good
lying
for
when
them.
they say,
I'm not saying no.
"Geez,
I
the
don't
last game we have to wait all that time. We have to travel down. We have to wait. We have to get on the bus. We have to do." It is a
But
nightmare.
they do that if it's a Friday night game too.
But they're not. Do you
I know
understand?
what he's saying.
What does
Sunday
it matter
at
that
4:40.
there's been 7 games before your game on a Sunday?
Because they're watching all the 7 games. And
They
they're-
watch it.
They're going. Oh, don't watch it. Okay, so we'll lock them up in jail. No windows.
We all go to
no
work
TV.
on
I don't
Monday
think,
morning.
I disagree.
But we don't play AFL football.
I disagree on the that what you're saying, but I agree with you. It's a danger game, yes, because of the 4:40 Sunday, all that mental thing, yes.
Don't let me down, St Kilda. I'm
But
telling
Gold
you.
Coast, a better,
Hang on, don't let
better
me
equipped.
down.
No, don't prove my point that it's a danger game.
Yeah, well, if St
I
Kilda
can't
win,
see
you'll
it.
go, now you'll be wearing the crown with the roses.
No, we won't because he's tipped Gold
No,
Coast.
Tip
Tip
Gold
Gold
Coast
Coast.
by a point. Did you say that?
No, he said a few points.
A few points.
I said
Close.
I'm sure you said a point.
no.
No,
I
he
did
said
not.
point.
mention-
Anyway,
Point.
we're spending too much time
Yeah,
on secure the Gold
can we
Coast.
wrap
mate.
this up?
Have you seen how long this episode's gone? Let's
It's a
go.
long one.
There you have it, our preview of round 11 in the books. Let us know who wins. We look forward to your comments, and we'll see you in the next one.